Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Clawy Variety Show. I am your not on screen at the moment host, Clawy, and today we are going to go over the process of submitting a quote. Now, I've gotten a lot of suggestions on covering this topic, and since More for Less has started accepting quote submissions, we're going to go ahead and use their website to show the process of going through and submitting a quote, because that is the process that I am the most familiar with. A few things: obviously go to the maker's website. You'll see a lot of different tabs. Each maker's website is different, but with More for Less's website, they have an ordering a fursuit process tab, products and pricing, basically what they make and how much it would typically cost, their terms of service, their commission status, their request a quote form, etc., blah blah blah. So with that, let's check out the terms of service tab. This is the most important tab for everything, because you have to read this terms of service. As you can see, please read before considering commissioning us. Thank you kindly. So yeah, with the terms of service, this is basically the contract in which you are agreeing to when it comes to submitting your fursuit quote and paying for your fursuit, etc. Obviously, it's important to read through everything. If you're doing an artistic liberty, custom character, it does not matter. You need to read through everything. Payments, you need to read through. Some makers do accept payment plans. Some makers take the money in lump sum, and some makers do both. So read through the payment, especially if you're doing payment plans, because when it comes to payment plans, a 30% down payment is required for commissioning a suit. So let's go ahead and look at the ordering a fursuit process tab. Obviously, not every maker is going to have this, but this is insanely helpful, and it shows you what you need in order to commission a fursuit, even before you click on that request a quote tab. Obviously, you'll need a reference sheet, unless you're doing an artistic liberty, by which case you won't require a reference sheet. But if you're commissioning your own character, have a reference sheet that has at least a front, back, and side. I know I kind of cheated here when I got Clawy because I didn't have a side view, but still, have a side view. And obviously, you'll email for a quote or submit a quote form. And for securing your slot, definitely have your down payment if they accept your quote form. Again, quotes can only last so long. If you are only quoting just to see how much it would potentially cost, let them know in a reply email. Most makers will typically get back to you within the time frame of either them opening and closing their quote submission form, or after they close the form, they'll sift through and contact people to see who's ready to move forward, who is just simply looking for interest, etc. So if you're only looking for interest, let them know in an email so that they're not saving a spot for you that somebody else could really use. More for Less, as far as I know, they do their commissions in blocks, like winter, spring, summer, fall, etc. So that gives you a kind of indication on when they could potentially open again for quotes, and they'll let you know which block that you're in. Some makers have a Trello to let you know who they're working on, who they're awaiting payment for, etc. So keep all this information in mind, as well as payment plans. If the makers offer a payment plan, have your 30% down payment. I can't stress this enough. Have your payment plan set up. Be sure that you have enough money within your budget, or that you are earning enough money to where you can still survive but still submit payments towards your suit. Remember, read everything. Everything, you must read it. Next thing you would typically look at is the products and pricing. Obviously, all makers are going to have this, but This is where you would start out potentially budgeting and figuring out how much you would need to save. If you're getting a plantigrade from More For Less, it starts at $3,800. It will definitely go up from there because that's only the base price. Keyword starts at full digitigrade suit starts at 4,100 plus. Always look at the prices and look at the services page just to see what all the maker offers and what all you would like with your suit. Would you like follow me eyes? Would you like the 2D toonie eyes? Do you want the adjustable eyebrows, removable eyelids, etc.? Again, not all makers offer the same thing, so do your research. Next, the wonderful process that you've all been waiting for. Requesting a quote. You will have to fill all of this out to the T with any and all details that you would want. So for the sake here, we're going to go submit our name, obviously, our email, our height, our fur affinity page if we have one. I just typed in mine from memory because I don't remember. Zip code. This is important because it helps them figure out what the shipping cost would be to ship a package about the size of a large moving box to wherever you live. Could potentially be 2 boxes. Who knows? It all depends on what all you want with your suit. Do you wear glasses? Yes. If you do, answer yes. This way you have enough room for you to wear your glasses in your suit. For the character, obviously, I'm not going to link everything to a T because, example, so say Dish is getting a suit. You would put name, species, gender, or if they're androgynous, just put androgynous, or no gender, it doesn't matter. It all depends on you and your character. And a link to the reference sheet. Again, the reference sheet is very important. Project budget, depending on how much you want with your order. This is new from More For Less. Depending on how much you would want with your order, you would give a guesstimate of how much you are willing to spend on your fursuit. So let's go back to the products and pricing page. Say that you're getting a digitigrade. Well, that's the base price, the 4,170. It would obviously go up from there if you want, say, a super long tail or adjustable eyelids or eyebrows or removable eyelids, etc. That's just the starting price. So for this example, I just put 5,150 because I'm factoring in adjustables and shipping. Next, what fursuit type would you want? Obviously, you could go to the services or products and pricing page. They can tap that. The products and pricing page to look at everything that you might want with your suit. Or if you want a 3/4 suit, a partial, a digitigrade, or a plantigrade. It just all depends on what you want. So let's go back to the quote form. So for the sake of this example, we'll go digitigrade. What kind of eyes do you want? Do you want the 2D toonie eyes? Do you want the follow me eyes? Again, it's all up to you. Tongue. Now this is something different because this is something that More For Less does. You can have a long tongue, a short tongue, a pierced tongue, anything and everything as far as your imagination can grow. Thing with More For Less tongues is that if you choose the exchangeable tongues, you can remove the long tongue, put in the short tongue, or you can have a long tongue with a magnet in it to look like you're licking the snoot, stuff like that. Again, do your research, look up what all your maker or the maker that you're looking at can do. So we're gonna go long tongue because he's a coyote. He'll blep. Head upgrades. This is where all the adjustables, such as here, come in. Do you want the adjustable eyebrows? Do you want the removable eyelids? Again, each maker has something different. So for the sake of this, we're just going to go eyelids, adjustable ears, adjustable eyebrows, and exchangeable tongues. Because just about almost the full arsenal that you can go. Feet style. Does your character have three toe beans, or do they have 4 toe beans? Or are they a hoofed creature? Do they have birdie claws? Do they have monster feet? Again, it's all determined by your character. For example, having multiple tabs open is very useful. With More For Less, they offer the standard outdoor. They have the indoor with the paw detail. They have the outdoor deluxe, which has most of the paw detail, and you can walk outside in it without ruining your beans. And then they have the monster feral, which is for you kaiju creatures out there. Yes, you guys are included. More For Less loves to experiment, so if you have anything new and insane to suggest, they're willing to try it. Feet claws, they've got plastic, rubber, and plush. Let me see. So yeah, this is their plastic claws. They have quite the shine to them because they are hand sculpted. The plush claws, which are bigger and jut out more and are more toony, but sometimes they'll flop from side to side depending on how fast you're running. And then their rubber claws, which are also hand sculpted. So for this, we're just gonna go deluxe feet paw with plastic claws. Hand style. Ooh. Go back up. Looking at all the different types of hand styles they have 5-fingered, they have plush 4-fingered, they have a feral stuffed tuning. Just look at all the details that your maker has listed on their price page and make your decision. I know this is getting repetitive, but again, there we go. But it's important to stress the details because this is your suit. Just any and all details, it's important. So we chose, for this example, 4-fingered stuffed toonie with rubber paw pads and rubber claws on the hands. Tail. Now More For Less has split up their tail sizing. If I can click the right tab. So this is the standard length tail, not a floor dragger, but long enough to be seen. Or if you have a nubby tail, it'll be smaller than that. Or the plus size, which is bigger than 3.5 feet. If you're familiar with Jackadile, that's a long tail. And with that, you filled out everything. Any other details that you might want to leave, you would definitely leave up here under character information. Just if you have the 3D eyes and you want Hypno Eyes, for example, you can do that on a 3D eyed or follow me eyed suit. Not so much with the Toonie suit or the 2D eyed suit, but like anything and everything, just discuss it with them. They're willing to work with you on details. Ask them what all they can do, and who knows, even if your maker isn't More For Less, they're more than willing to see what they can do to accommodate your suiting needs. And after that, all you do is just click submit. I'm not going to click submit for the sake of this video because this is just an example. And boom, you are done. So hopefully this has been helpful. I apologize if the mic has been bumping because my speaker is right behind the microphone. And I have to hold the microphone at a certain angle, otherwise it'll catch every sound in the house because it's creepy that way. But anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Clawy Variety Show. And until next time, keep those paws tuned in.